All right, so good night, everyone. A couple of people asked me what are my thoughts on the team that was selected for Gold Cup and the team that was selected here today for Unity Cup that finally came out after people have been asking for several weeks now. The team flew today to England, and then we found out about the team. It's pretty strange, TTFA, but I guess you all know what you're doing. So I want to start with Gold Cup. We have 54 players that were listed in the prelim squad. All right, let me back up before that. This video is my thought. Um, I'm just sharing how I feel about it. It may not be the nice and happy and jolly video that I usually try to do and content that I really try to push, but it is something I really want to talk about a little bit because I'm a little disappointed, if I'll be quite honest. So, again, I would love to hear the comments. I would love to meet people, talk to people in the comments, that kind of thing. So, like, share, subscribe, and let's continue talking about Trinidad and Tobago football, pushing Trinidad and Tobago content. So, yeah, we had a prelim squad of 54 players. A lot of them local base. Obviously, I know we're trying to give our local base players a chance. So I think when I check, it's close to 20 or 20 something players. But I look at that list and then I remember the interview, the virtual interview that Dwight York did, where he said that there will be a few familiar faces and there would be a lot of new faces coming up. Okay. Didn't see them in the 54, but strangely enough, you are allowed to enter 60 players in your prelim squad. We decided to enter 54. So we can even find 60 players that we think good enough to make our squad. And I'm not going into all the names that were left out. Anybody who follows my page knows the kind of caliber of players that we're talking about outside. Um, Simple thing, Luke Singh. Luke Singh is playing alongside Stefan Yates. Same club. Every single week they line up together. We decide to pick Stefan Yates. And we have several older people playing in the defense for us right now. Cool. We have a goalkeeper who has been around MLS. Now, I know as I go to say that Greg Ranjit Singh, plenty of people say, oh, he not starting and whatever. You can't put his name in a 60-man squad. Let him know that you're looking at him, that you're interested in him. All right, let me move past that. 40-year-old Marvin Phillip, and again, people say that he's there for mentoring. It's fine. Gold Cup squad, 54 players. Sorry, I don't want to say 60 because we can't find 60 players. It seems 54 players. He is there. Okay, I can understand that mentoring. A lot of people were thinking, and myself was thinking, that okay, the Gold Cup, we would stick to what we know, stick to the players that we see in, week out, and go and try and do well in Gold Cup, give your normal players a chance. And that is fair, and we get that. That is why we were waiting with bated breath to find out what's going on with the Unity Cup. Because we were sold a dream, I was sold a dream, that we would have a lot of foreign based players, a lot of players that haven't made the team before, and they would be in the mix. Obviously, this tournament is in London, is in England, so we have a lot of European players who could potentially play for us. We have the most high profile coach, national coach, national player slash currently coach. So he has, obviously, the thought is he would have had a lot of connections to bring in people. We playing against Jamaica, we playing against Ghana, we playing against Nigeria, possibly one of the two in the Unity Cup. Looking at, and I mean, I don't like to do this, but our TTFA, our media, is mirroring every single thing the JFF does. If the JFF has a virtual meeting today, bet your bottom dollar we have a virtual meeting. If not the same day, the day right after. I don't know how many people noticed that, but look at it. And JFF's information is all over social media. How they're going after players, they're looking, they're getting. For the Unity Cup, I think they have either 7 or 8 new players that they're looking at bringing onto the squad for this Unity Cup. Because again, this is not, it don't have any major consequences. You get to see your younger players at a high level. So even watching all of that, looking at everything going on, knowing that Dwight York is never really in Trinidad, your head coach is never really in the country, but you're picking a locally based team. So who really picking the team? Who deciding what's going on with the team? A lot of questions, and I'm not gonna do that tonight, but I just wanted to start thinking about those things because we're starting to see some cracks. We're starting to see some things that would really make you kind of think, well, what's going on? Anyways, this team came out, and if I look at this list is a direct subset of the Gold Cup squad. The Gold Cup squad that promised brand new faces, a whole new nucleus, a team. We saw players that were like, yeah, okay, we see them every week. People talk about Rio Cardines. He was a player for us. He is a player for us. He just hasn't played for us in a while. He's finally back. The only player who brand new, Dante Silly, is that the level of scouting we are to expect? One player, and he probably came to us honestly because where he is right now at CF Montreal, he know he not going to get called up for the US because we know he was waiting on that, right? But we have him now. His dad is Scott Seeley, somebody who Dwight would have known, so they had that probably had that conversation and get him on board, however it goes. So all this time that you're outside of the country, you're in Europe, we see the social media stuff, so we know that you're outside there. I'm not gonna guess what you're doing. I'm not gonna guess what your team doing because your team came show again a pretty decent salary. We going into um, 2 major tournaments, and well, the Unity Cup, which is supposed to be a free pass, where we get to see players. You're following JFF all the time, doing everything the JFF doing, because that is the template that we decide we need to follow. And when it comes to it, this is a glorified pro league team. This is probably Defense Force with a sprinkler better players. And I get it. Use the Unity Cup as a ground to really work out some of the stuff you want to do in the Gold Cup, because we as a nation want to do well in the Gold Cup. Fair. Okay. But then why would you tell us that we are expecting to see a whole heap of new players, hype up everybody, because there are a lot of people looking for quality players from England, quality players from Spain, wherever, to come into the squad, and then you give us a pro league squad. So you can see where my disappointment lies and why it kind of bothering me, because Marvin Phillip, Jabari Sintele, Noah Powder. Noah Powder's brother is scoring fantastic goals. Same club as Noah Powder, but we have Noah Powder. I'm not knocking Noah Powder in any way. But where is it, brother? Jelani Peters, Justin Garcia, Jesse Williams, Isaiah Garcia, Alvin Jones, Jovan Jones, John Paul Rochford, Dante Gilbert, Kevin Molino, Kaim Thomas, Brent Sam, Isaiah Leacock, Rion Moore, Jamal Jack, Rio Cardines, Sheldon Bato, D. Sheldon Bato, Dwayne Mockett, Isaiah Lee. I really don't want to talk about Isaiah Lee because he's somebody that I think has potential, but I always question how is he making the national team. A little birdie told me that Kieran Edwards knows Isaiah Lee a while now, so I don't know. You put two and two together. Christian Lihim, Andre Raymond, and then they also said S. Hamilton. I can't pronounce first name. Who plays for Angus Eve. He's on the team. Very, very, very interesting. I know at this point we will not have our US based players, and I get that. I don't expect to see them because I understand the dynamics there. I know that we want to give our players opportunities. I get that. I am almost certain, because I know last week that I was watching some of the U20 AFCON football, and I saw Nigeria U20, and I remember watching a couple of games, so I can't even remember if for sure. I think Ghana U20 was playing in that also. Very probably we would have to be playing some of their players, their U20 players, who obviously you're using this as a chance to add to your pool. So they want to see the younger players against different types of opposition. Jamaica is using it because they brought in, as I say, 7 or 8 players to look at, because they know they have Gold Cup, they have World Cup qualifications. We have one team, one group. Clearly, we can't make 60 players. And from this group, we will be playing the Unity Cup, we will be playing the Gold Cup, and we will have World Cup qualifiers. I don't want to hear at the end of this, it was a grueling time for the guys, and if unfortunately results don't go our way, please don't give us the Angus Eve. This is a growing team, a young team, because this is definitely not a young team, just by the way. And I don't want to hear that they're still gelling, they're trying to get things together, because if at this point we don't see the benefit of upping the quality of our game, then when are we going to do this? Because the tournament starts. By the time this message goes out, everybody hears it. It'll be Monday, and it'll be the 27th, and we will have our first game against Jamaica, which I don't even know if we see in live, yes or no. But again, because TTFA is completely silent, and we had to hope for the best. If ever I have felt like I was cheated by a parent or somebody in authority tell you, yeah, don't worry, this coming, and just hold on, wait for it, and then they decided, nah, don't worry about it, they ain't getting it again. This is how I feel at this point. who knows, this team might actually do something because hey, these most of these players know each other. They play together some in some degree, and they might do something. And Unity Cup we might look nice, but are we just looking at Unity Cup? Are we looking just Gold Cup? Are we thinking World Cup qualifications? Do we think we have the right squad? So tell me your thoughts. Tell me in the comments what you think, because I think we missed something. I can't say we're missing or we going to miss. We literally, this is literally on the door right now, and we going with the same team. Again, it could be a stroke of coaching genius, or let's just see how it goes. Again, like, share, and subscribe, and always tell me your thoughts. Reach out to me on social media. Otherwise, most people know how to find me. I'm really trying to get the page. I'm trying to get more subscribers to the page so I can get more reach with this, and we could delve more into various aspects of Trinidad and Tobago football, because I really just want to help where I could, bring information, and hopefully people take the information, apply it, and make some good decisions. So again, really, really looking forward to hearing from anybody, any and everybody about this. So tell me your thoughts, and I'll wait to hear. Thanks, and enjoy your Sunday night.